This young, exciting roster. You think about a generational player in Caitlin Clark and back-to-back Rookie of the Years with Aaliyah Boston. Kelsey Mitchell, I think, had the best year of her career. Yeah, I spoke with Caitlin last night, and I think just overall excitement. You know, I have been watching Caitlin play since she was an 8th grader when I was coaching at the college realm. And
White, the former Connecticut Sun head coach, didn't slip out quietly. She left with fireworks, hinting that her old squad relied on some not-so-clean tactics. Now, she's heading to Indiana to join forces with Clark, and the shade she's throwing is impossible to ignore. Imagine a coach basically admitting her former team played rougher than a demolition derby.
For me, having been a part of the WNBA for 25 years, having worked on both sides of it in the media and in the coaching realm, and being a player in this league as well. I mean, this is the moment that we've been waiting for.
Names like Dejonai Carrington and Alyssa Thomas, once seen as the Suns' anchors, are suddenly being spotlighted as part of that chaos. And now, with Clark and White together, the whole thing feels less like a transition and more like a public roasting.
And just embrace this moment, embrace this opportunity, continue to help this team, this franchise be better, position ourselves for success.
For those asking why White would even want to take over the Fever, the answer lies in the sudden vacancy. Christie sides, the coach who finally pulled Indiana out of years of irrelevance and into their first playoff run since 2016, was abruptly let go. Yes, the same coach who revived the franchise is out of a job. Fans are divided, some calling the move unfair and short-sighted, while others insist the Fever need more than just a feel-good turnaround. They want a championship trajectory, not mediocrity.
It's just a unique opportunity, and I'm so thankful and grateful for it.
So, why did management cut ties with sides? The truth is, while she delivered results, her flaws were glaring. Defensively, her schemes collapsed under pressure, rotations broke down, wide-open shots were common, and opponents picked them apart with ease. Player management wasn't much better. Starters were left exhausted in key moments, while bench players were thrown into mismatched roles with no rhythm. And when the opposition threw in adjustments, sides often looked out of answers. Good wasn't good enough.
When I was coaching at the college realm and covering her games in college, and just an exciting time for me. Very excited to be working with her and this young team.
Enter Stephanie White. To the Fever faithful, she's more than just a hire. She's part of the team's DNA. A former player, a former coach, and the leader who guided them to the 2015 WNBA Finals. White understands this franchise on a level few others can. Her resume only adds weight. A 55-25 record with Connecticut, a 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year award, and a reputation as one of the brightest minds in the game. Still, questions linger. Has the league evolved past her old-school style? Can she adapt to today's lightning-fast pace and tactical complexity? This isn't just a homecoming. It's a high-stakes gamble for both White's legacy and the Fever's future.
She's a lot better, number 22. She puts the ball in the hole a lot more. But I just can't wait. She's a student of the game.
Yeah.
She loves the game of basketball. She has been so great in how she's handled, all of the attention. She just wants to play. She just wants to win.
Of course, the timing couldn't be better because Caitlin Clark's rookie campaign was nothing short of historic. In 2024, she didn't just play well. She led the entire league in assists, dropped multiple triple-doubles like it was routine, and made Rookie of the Year feel less like an award and more like a coronation. Legends of the game were forced to sit up and take notice. And White. She's been on the Clark bandwagon since day one. Back in her Big Ten broadcasting days, she couldn't stop raving about Clark's vision, IQ, and ability to bend a game to her will. This partnership feels less like coincidence and more like destiny.
And it just shows you that professional sports is a tough business. I mean, Sides was the coach of a team that got to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Was the coach of the team that turned around from a rough 1-8 start. Was the coach of a team that dealt with.
The symbolism is almost too perfect. Stephanie White was the first Fever player to wear the iconic number 22 jersey. Now, Caitlin Clark may well be the last before the number is retired in her honor. It's the kind of full-circle story you'd expect from a Hollywood script. Fans are already buzzing about whether this connection could be the missing ingredient to elevate Indiana from playoff hopefuls to genuine title contenders.
Feels like the Fever believe they need a new voice on the sideline in order to get to that next step, to that championship level, which they're not playing around with.
But it's not all warm nostalgia. Behind the scenes, the drama is thick. When Sides was dismissed, rumors swirled that White was circling immediately, waiting for her chance to link up with Clark. The timing raised eyebrows. Was this a purely professional decision, or was White's admiration for Clark a factor? Either way, it's impossible to ignore.
First person that Caitlin Clark spoke to was Stephanie White. Now, Stephanie White has covered Caitlin's games as a part of the broadcast for Big Ten and was very complimentary of Caitlin Clark. So again, if Christy Sides maybe wasn't the right fit, if this indeed is a move to activate and get more from Caitlin Clark, then Stephanie White is likely at the top of the list.
White's tenure in Connecticut wasn't flawless either. One moment still lingers, the infamous "I poke" incident in a heated game where a Sun player blatantly targeted Clark. Fans expected White to leap to Clark's defense, or at least call out the dirty play. Instead, she stayed silent. That silence split the community. Some saw it as composure, a refusal to add fuel to the fire. Others saw it as indifference, a missed chance to show she had her players' backs. In sports, sometimes silence speaks louder than words, and this one echoed.
Yeah, it's exciting. Certainly I was born and raised in Indiana, and so have a lot of pride in Indiana basketball, and a lot of pride in the Fever organization, being a player and a coach there. And it's exciting what's happening with the organization and where they are. I mean, most organizations have their ups and downs, certainly.
Now, as she takes the reins in Indiana, the Fever's front office has surely weighed every angle. Was White's silence a mark of discipline or a lack of loyalty? Will her steady hand be the perfect fit for a young roster built around Clark, or will old controversies resurface? What's clear is that expectations have never been higher. With Clark as the face of the franchise and White stepping into the spotlight, the Fever aren't just chasing relevance anymore, they're chasing greatness. This move could launch a new era, or it could ignite an entirely new wave of debate.